welcome to my 7-week update. Oh my goodness. 7 weeks, yay! I did delay putting this video up or even making this video because I'm actually 7 weeks and 2 days today, but as many of you know, if you've been watching my videos, I had my midwife appointment today, my first one, other than like the emergency one because of the whole poison ivy situation, which wasn't even with my midwife. So this was my first appointment with my midwife, and that was today, so I'm going to be able to update you on that. So that's super exciting. First off, I wanted to say Happy Mother's Day yesterday. I had a great day, spent it with family and with my daughter and my husband, of course. And I hope that all the other mamas had a good day as well. And all the pregnant mamas, I hope you guys all celebrated too, because you are a mother. And even those that have gotten pregnant and suffered a loss, you've also been a mother before. So I hope that you just celebrated it even in just a little tiny way. This week, the baby is the size of a blueberry. The brain is becoming more complex. The face is becoming more defined. Arms, legs, hands, and feet are beginning to bud. How crazy is that? It feels like just not that many days ago. It was like the size of a poppy seed, and it was just like a ball of cells. And now it's like forming all these little parts, and it's just so cute. The app that I use shows you a little picture of what the baby most likely resembles at this point, and it's just so cute. I mean, it looks like a little alien, but it's crazy that it's got a little head and eyes, and the little arms and legs are starting to bud. It just blows my mind how crazy the whole creation process is. Yeah, so baby's the size of a blueberry. Symptoms this week. I'm still having some afternoon and evening nausea. I have yet to throw up though. We keep our house fully stocked with ginger ale, and I try to eat as much as I can, even if it just means eating a few bites to get something in my stomach. I don't like to go completely hungry because I feel like that just makes it worse. So I haven't thrown up yet. It has gotten really bad a couple times to the point where I've kept a bucket near me just in case, but it hasn't, even those waves of nausea, the really bad ones, don't really last all that long. Definitely not more than an hour or anything like that. My boobs are starting to hurt more and more every single day. I really thought that I was somehow going to skip over that symptom. One of my girlfriends just had her second. Her daughters are 18 months apart, I think, and she had not, her boobs did not hurt at all with the second pregnancy. So I was just like, oh, well, maybe that's what's gonna happen. But no, more and more every single day. I still do have poison ivy on my hands. You really probably can't even see it at this point. It is doing really, really well. It's almost cleared up. I haven't put any kind of itch cream or steroid cream on it in a week. I think the last time I did it was probably last Sunday. So not yesterday, but the week before. So that's good news. That lasted forever though. I've had poison ivy for 2 or 3 weeks now. Never again. My hair is growing like crazy to the point where I don't even want to wear it down anymore. It's just so long and thick and heavy, and that happened with my daughter too. By the time I delivered her, my hair was so crazy long, and then I chopped it all off. I will not be chopping it off this time. I regretted that. But I guess it worked. And, I was trying to nurse, and I just wanted it gone at that point. I think this time I'm going to keep it though. Cravings. Still ice water, which is obviously a great one. Ginger ale, iced ginger ale. I put it in my my travel coffee mug, with like the lid. Onyx, you can come in. Come in. Which keeps it nice and cold, and then I put a little straw in the like little sip hole. It just like, you know, if you squish it a little, it just fits right down inside there. So I've been craving iced ginger ale. I had a really bad craving for Chinese food this week. So one day, I think it was Friday, Claudia and I got some Chinese food for lunch, and I was so excited to eat it. I like got myself this big plate and sat down and I ate like a quarter of it, and I was like, I don't feel so well. So that was kind of a bust, but I ended up eating it. Like if I just ate small portions of it, it was super delicious. I've also been craving coconut, like coconut macaroons. Sounds so amazing right now, but I haven't given in to that one yet. I'm trying not to give in to every like craving that I have, because ultimately I'd like to not gain very much weight. With my daughter, I ended up losing some weight in the beginning, about 12 pounds or so. And I think my net weight gain was about 5 pounds. I lost weight in other areas, but gained in my belly, which is why I obviously have a belly. But my net weight gain with Claudia was about 5 pounds, and honestly I'd like it to be even less than that this time, because obviously I am on the heavier side. So I'm trying not to give in to all of these crazy cravings. And I'll get into a little bit more about the sweets and stuff towards the end of this video. Other things that happened this week. I finally got the results back from my beta test, which was taken 13 DPO? Yeah, before I even missed my period. So I finally got those test results back. And I never went for a second one or anything. My endocrinologist, I already had to get a blood panel done. My endocrinologist had sent me home with the lab requisition form, and when I called her to tell her I was pregnant, I asked her if I could just check off the HCG beta test, just because I was curious, to be honest. She said, yeah, go ahead. So I didn't get a second one or anything to know if they were doubling, but I just like to know, to have that like specific test that says you're well over the amount that says you're pregnant, so you're pregnant. So my beta at 13 DPO was 67.01, which my first beta with Claudia was 58. So it was a little bit more. My betas tend to be a tiny bit on the low side of the spectrum that early on before I missed my period, but it's never like affected my pregnancy or anything, because obviously I do have Claudia. And I don't know if I've ever said this in a video or not, but I have never lost a pregnancy. I've gotten pregnant twice in my entire life. Claudia's one, and this one is the second. I've never experienced a loss. And I really grieve for the mothers that do. I mean, I don't even know how to deal with that. But I did want to say that because I don't think I've addressed that yet on this channel. And yeah. We still cannot agree on names at all, and we only have a couple more weeks here to kind of finalize it for our timeline. Obviously, I know we have plenty of time in the grand scheme of things to come up with names, but for Randy and I personally, we really like to know the name of our baby when we find out what it is. So we like to have a boy name and a girl name set up and ready to go, so that as soon as we get word that it's a boy or girl, that baby has a name right then and there on the spot. Sorry, the window's all open and I can hear Claudia playing outside with her uncle. And it's 84 degrees outside right now, so I am like sweating. Another weird thing that I noticed is that Claudia has been super snuggly lately. Like, she snuggles on me, she touches my belly, which is totally not something she's ever done before. And when she does, I'm like, Claudia, there's a baby in there. So I'm getting excited for her to kind of catch on more and more as the pregnancy progresses. But she has been so snuggly lately. She gives me the biggest like spider monkey hugs and lots of kisses lately. So I think she really is sensing that something's up, and I know the dog totally is. He he did the same thing with Claudia when I was pregnant with Claudia. He knew, we knew, he knew. He's a smart cookie. Okay, on to today. So today I had my first midwife appointment with my midwife. It was super nice to see her again. She had actually been out of the office because she had broken her ankle, I think it was. And she had to have one surgery, and then they thought she'd be back, but then it turns out that she had to have a second surgery. And I had been trying to schedule some preconception appointments with her, and it kept like getting like, oh, we have to postpone, oh, we have to postpone, and then it ended up that I got pregnant before she even got back. So when she got back, she was so excited. It was super great to see her. I hadn't seen her in quite some time. So she was all excited to see Claudia, and that's the great thing about a midwife, is that personal like relationship. Like, she took time to play with Claudia a little bit today. Granted, our appointment was like an hour and 15 minutes, if not a little bit longer. She took time to like talk to Claudia and to play with Claudia a little bit. Obviously, she was the one that delivered Claudia, so I think that's super fun and special. So the appointment went fabulous. Like I said, it was kind of long because she also has her nurse do like a full update on mine and Randy's medical history, as well as some of Claudia's, just to see any kind of risk factors we might have coming into this pregnancy. Obviously, we don't have any high risk factors for anything. Claudia is perfect. She did go ahead and label me high risk. That's pretty much inevitable if I'm from here on out, if I ever have any other pregnancies. So she said that I should be hearing from my MFM within the next coming weeks. I'll explain a little bit about more of that in a minute. We did do a sonogram. We used the machine that's in her room. Like, this practice is full of OBs. There's like 4 OBs, I think, and 2 midwives. And they each have like a room that you're normally in. And she has like a really old sonogram machine in her room. There is a really, really nice machine like that's part of the practice, and I have had ultrasounds on that before. But for this appointment, she decided that we would just go ahead and try her machine first. If we needed to switch rooms, we would. It does not do internal ultrasounds, transvaginal. It only has the probe for the abdominal ultrasound. And like I said, I was 7 weeks and 2 days today, so she was like, well, I don't know, it could be hard to see on this machine, but we'll go ahead and try since we're here. If not, we'll switch you to a different room. She put the probe on my stomach, and literally 2 seconds later, bam. 2 seconds later, bam, there was baby with a heartbeat flickering away. It was so awesome. My husband was there, and he was holding Claudia so that she could watch as well, so that was super fun. Obviously she didn't understand, but it caught her attention because it was something different that was going on, and the lights were off, obviously. So that was super exciting. Baby looked great. Because it's an older machine, it's hard to get really good pictures, but I will insert the pictures at the end of this video. I don't think it's going to work for me to hold it up to the camera, because then that's just going to make the quality even worse. So I will insert the pictures at the end of this video. They're obviously not the greatest pictures because it was an abdominal ultrasound. I was 7 weeks and 2 days, and the machine itself was just really old. It can't measure the heartbeat, and it can't, it doesn't have the feature where you can listen to it either. So we didn't get to do either of those things today, but the heartbeat was very prominent. It was very strong. She said it was nice and fast. Baby looked beautiful. The yolk sac looked beautiful. It was just a really great appointment. So my next appointment with the midwife is on June 8th. I will be 11 weeks and 2 days then. So that's exciting. Then we should be able to use the Doppler to hear the heartbeat. So that'll be the first time we actually hear the heartbeat, although we have obviously seen it by now. I will be getting a call from my MFM soon, like I said, to set up my next sonogram, which will be somewhere around June 15th at 12 weeks in his office. And from there, I will be staying with him as well as my midwife routinely for the rest of the pregnancy to be monitored. I think I've talked about this in a previous video. I have a history of preterm labor. I went into preterm labor with Claudia at 30 weeks. And I have an irritable uterus. I pretty much had contractions from 20 weeks on with her. Some of them were Braxton Hicks, but most of them were very real contractions. Obviously, they did lead to some sort of labor at 30 weeks where I did begin to dilate, and I was taken by ambulance to a bigger hospital. So those two reasons are alone enough, or enough for me to be seeing my MFM, which, if you don't know, that's like a perinatologist, a high-risk pregnancy doctor. But I also will be seeing him / mostly one of his nurses who specializes in gestational diabetes. I will be seeing her on a regular basis as well. And the funny / cool thing about that is that is my best friend's mother-in-law. So I already know her pretty well. She has no problems yelling at me when my blood sugars are off, and it's just a really fun situation. So I should be hearing from them fairly soon. I will be going in at 12 weeks for my first sonogram with the MFM. And yeah, that's really exciting. The thing I wanted to say about the sweets and stuff is that right now I do have my glucose meter and I do check it sometimes. But once I start seeing my diabetes specialist over in the perinatologist's office, she will have me recording them. She will be checking my meter, downloading the the content and the information that I get from my machine from testing, and she will be checking it, and I'll have to keep a diary log of what I'm eating, because then we will start to cut out foods that make my blood sugar go up, which sucks. I did it last time and it sucks, but it's totally worth it to keep the baby safe, obviously. So we gotta do what we gotta do, right? So I am trying to stay away from sweets now because I know I'm just gonna have to cut them out anyway. So I've been sneaking a couple of things here and there, allowing myself a little bit of a treat before I really have to dive into this worry stage of blood sugars actually affecting baby in the next coming trimester. But I'm just trying to nix any sort of, I don't have a habit of eating sweets. Honestly, sweets is not my thing to begin with. Just something here and there is always tasty, but I'd like to just nix it all together, not even let myself fall into that sort of craving sweets kind of trap thing. So yeah, super excited about this pregnancy. My midwife was so excited. She's like, this is so exciting, baby number 2. So yeah, we're all really excited. And oh, I did want to say, even though this video is going up late, just like last week, I did do my belly shot and my belly shot picture and my belly shot footage on the correct day so that it would be accurate. So I do have that footage to insert at the end also. Okay, I almost forgot to mention that when I go in for my ultrasound at 12 weeks with my perinatologist, that is the same day I will get my blood draw done for the Harmony test. If you guys don't know what the Harmony test is, it is a new genetic test. Actually, I think the test itself, genetics-wise, as far as genetic abnormalities, I think the test has been around for a little while. But I think that they've added in the what's the word I'm looking for? I think they added in the part of the test that determines the gender of the baby. I think they were able to isolate enough DNA from the baby to now be able to tell you what you're having. So at 12 weeks, I will get my blood drawn. The blood will be, it's going to be drawn from me, my blood. They will be able to extract baby's DNA from a sample of my blood, to which they will do genetic testing to find out if there are any genetic abnormalities. Normally I decline any and all genetic testing. I got 0 genetic testing done with Claudia because I don't care what the genetic test says. I don't care at all, not one bit. If something is seriously wrong, I feel like they would be able to pick up at least some hint of something, and then we could get further testing done during your anatomy scan. And then that would be how I would prepare mentally to have a baby with some sort of mental illness or abnormality or genetic abnormality. I absolutely declined every single genetic test there was when I was pregnant with Claudia. They did not have this test when I was pregnant with Claudia. So if you get this test, you do get to find out the sex of your baby. You get your blood drawn at 12 weeks, and then the results come back within 7 to 10 days. So in your 13th week, you will know what you're having, and I'm so excited to know that. Obviously, it will tell me the genetic side of it. I still don't care. Honestly, I don't plan on asking them to tell me the results of that part of the test. If they do, then that's fine. I'm sure it's something we would have caught in the anatomy scan anyways. It doesn't change how I feel about the pregnancy. I will obviously not terminate my pregnancy no matter what happens at all. I don't care what it is. The pregnancy will not be terminated unless or until God decides to do that himself. Oh my gosh, it is hot in this room. I'm like dying because I shut the doors so that not everyone can hear me and there's no more airflow. Anyway, so yes, that's exciting. At 12 weeks, I will be getting my blood drawn for the Harmony test. Okay, this video is getting really long. Let's move on to baby buys. This isn't really a baby buy, but we did get it in preparation for baby. Claudia loves Daniel Tiger. So we got this board book called Big Brother Daniel. If you watch the show, you know that Daniel's mom just had a baby Margaret. So we got her this board book, and she loves it. She points out baby, and she calls a bottle, or even a sippy cup of milk, anything really, that she calls it a bubba. So she points out the baby's bubba, and she says baby. And when she sees a baby, and I'm not just in a book, whenever she sees a baby, she goes, "Aww, it's the cutest thing in the whole world." I'll have to see if I can get her to do it one day for you guys. So we got her this board book that she can take around the house and read to herself, and we read it every night. And then we also got this like paperback book, which has way more words in it. Like it's a much longer one, and it's called The Baby Is Here. And we're looking forward to reading this as the pregnancy gets towards the end. I think she'll be able to understand it a little more as she gets towards that 2-year-old mark. So yeah, we're saving this one. We're going to put it up for now, and we look forward to seeing how much she understands of this later this year. The next thing, Carter's not this week. Okay, let's see if I can get through this video quickly. The rest of this video quickly, because my camera keeps yelling at me that I have no more space. Okay, Carter's had free shipping. I knew I wanted to get this stuff, so I went ahead and grabbed it. Claudia got this Sister of the Year shirt. I got it in a 2T, thinking she would wear it in the hospital or to the hospital. But honestly, if she wears it sooner than that, that's fine with me also. It says Sister of the Year, and it's sparkly. To go with that, I got this red and blue Baby of the Year. I got it in a size newborn. I think I could put this on a boy or a girl. Just depends on what headband she wears, right? So this one says Baby of the Year, and I think that would be so cute to get a picture in the hospital of them in these shirts. And then obviously I have no idea if I'm having a boy or a girl, but I felt so inclined to buy this outfit, and I feel like technically it could be gender neutral. I love foxes and woodland creatures, so I got this set in a newborn. It's got this fox, and it's like it's not even showing up the right color on camera. It's, I don't know. It's like a teal color. I don't have a name for it, but it's like an aqua color, not even a teal. It comes with these little bitty pants, and then this onesie with the foxes on it. Excuse the lint on it. And that's in a size newborn. So I'm really excited about that. We did get our stroller this week, but I think I'm going to try to show it next week because I'm going to try to bring it upstairs, and I didn't have time to do that this week. But it is a Phil and Ted's stroller, and I'm so excited about having that. I'll show that in another video because I might even want to just do a video all about the stroller and all about the accessories we plan to buy. So maybe I'll wait until we buy the accessories. I don't know. But I did get the Phil and Ted's double stroller, and we're super excited about that. Okay, I'm going to go before the video cuts off again. And after this, you'll see the footage that I took the other day of my belly pic and stuff, and pictures of the sonogram. See you next week, guys. Bye.